Hey everyone, hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Alison.
Hey now.
Greg, what are you doing here?
Hey, what do you mean? Alison,
Where'd you come from, Greg?
I came from the world of childish, and I just want to make sure that your listeners know that you're just as wonderful on the other podcast you do.
What if they don't have kids?
Don't need them. You don't need them. A lot of our listeners actually tell us they don't have kids. We talk about sex.
We talk about all sorts of dirty stuff, but also parenting stuff.
Yeah, so.
Check out Childish. New episodes every Wednesday, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Maybe I should have Tony Thaxton. Alison Rosen is your new best friend. Alison, with her good times never end. Alison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Alison's your new best friend.
Hey everyone, hi, hello. Welcome to another exciting episode of Alison Rosen is your new best friend. I am seated here in Pod Cabin, sitting across from my wonderful husband, Daniel Quantz.
Hello, it is I.
Are you going to be speaking in your natural speaking voice and intonation?
This is it. Hello, this is how I talk normally. How is everybody doing? Have you noticed that our son has adopted some weird intonations and colorful ways of saying words?
Yes, but I think my new favorite thing that he does is his evil laugh. So when we were in the house before we came out here to record, the babysitter and I were in the kitchen and Owen was sitting on the couch, and then she goes, "Where's Elliot?" I think she had started running the bath. She comes back, "Where's Elliot?" And then you just hear from the bathroom.
What did he say yesterday though that was so funny when he
wanted a snock.
A snock. Yes, he calls it a snock.
A snack.
Where does he get that?
I don't know.
None of us do
Could
that.
I have a snock?
None of us do that. Not his babysitter, not you, not I. Certainly
None of us,
not Owen.
What? Pronounce snock?
You know what? I'm going to have a snock. I'm going to have a snock.
Is it Peppa?
I mean, I guess. Maybe it's Peppa.
I don't think so, though.
Or he'll go, "Oh, I'm going to the potty."
Oh, yeah.
Instead of the potty.
He goes, "I think I need to use the potty."
Potty. I'm going to the potty.
I need to use the potty. He's been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, he's just a silly dude.
Yeah, it's delightful.
It is, yeah. Anyway.
Can you tell everyone how you were waking him up the other morning? Because
I can't remember, honestly, and this isn't me avoiding it. You asked me that night to do it again. I couldn't remember.
It was like this. "Elliot, time to get up." Blah, 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 blah.
Well, I found that the way to make him laugh, and apparently the way to make you laugh as well, is you play with the expectation. So you can do anything as long as it's like, so if the expectation is I'm going to say time to get ready for school, and then you just change the rhythm of it, you'll laugh.
Do it.
So it's like, "Elliot, time to get ready for school." You know, like that. Or "Time to get ready for school." Or "Time to get...
That's the one.
So if you do that, then it makes you and my children laugh.
Time to get up. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I don't know that this is funny to anyone else, but I'm glad it amused you, honey.
And then I was doing knock jokes with him. You know what? I'm not going to go into that. That for sure will not be entertaining. Yeah. But anyway, we have a lot of fun, you guys. Yeah. So we're sitting in Pod Cabin. Can you hand me a Kleenex, please?
Jeez.
I'm coming undone. You know why? Take a guess. Why I'm coming undone. Why I cannot...
Because you spent 5 minutes in the sun today?
Yes, but not 5 minutes. 3 hours. 3 hours plus a little more, because got to go to the car, drive to preschool. I'm attending preschool, everyone. So go to the car in the brutal sun, drive to the preschool, park, walk with a 2-year-old inside in the brutal sun, sit in tiny furniture.
You know those animals that have to be kept in those special chambers because
I'm like an albino fish.
Because any microorganism will kill them because they've been bred to be so delicate. They're and so if
what are you talking about? Because that is me.
The breeders have to wear these like outfits like they're going into these super sterile rooms, like the scientists that you know what I'm talking about. Whatever.
Well, no, I know what you're talking about, but I'm unaware that there are animals.
I fucked it all up. But basically, there are these.
Who are the animals who are like this?
I've been avoiding saying it because I don't want to insult you. It's not about what kind of animal it is.
Am I a pig?
Yes, you're a pig. Yes. All right, fine. You're a pig. But
wait, what?
But these pigs live they're in these like barns.
What are they for? Are they food pigs?
That are sealed from all and have special filtrations in the farmers. I mean, are they even farmers at this point? I feel like at this point,
this is your thing.
Well,
I don't know anything.
So I'm trying to tell you.
I'm going to shut up for a moment.
The farmers have to get into these special outfits, and they go in there because the pigs, their immune system, they basically have no immune system, and they can't handle being in the real world anymore because they've been bred to this point where they can't survive. And what I'm saying, if you're not following me, if you're not really catching where I'm going with this.
Oh, no. I am picking up what you're laying down.
Somehow you have been bred to be, yes, that's what I said, to be unable to survive in the world.
I know.
But this is not good, though.
Well, I think our children have a better shot. I think it's too late for me.
Honestly, they have a better shot, but these kids, like,
because they've got
getting
half
them to go outside,
blood.
getting them to go outside. Owen is happy to go outside.
Yeah.
Elliot, not so much. I'm going to have to toughen them up. I'm really going to have to toughen these kids up.
Can we go back to the pigs for a moment?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is this is like a factory farming situation, and these pigs have such a weak immune system that the farmers have to wear hazmat suits when they go around them.
I don't know if they're hazmat, but yeah.
I didn't know about this.
Oh, yeah. So,
is it because they're trying to avoid using antibiotics? Because people don't want antibiotics in their meat?
I mean, I'm sure it's related. I don't know the science behind it.
Well, as the case may be, yes, it is true. So then I walk in with the 2-year-old, and then I sit for 3 hours, sometimes standing, sometimes standing on sand, watching people make volcanoes outside, but I didn't get too close because that smells like vinegar, and I don't like that. And then at the point at which we go inside, and there's just at this point even smaller tables and chairs, and then there's air conditioning in there. Today, they said to me, "Mom, why don't you hang back?" And on the one hand, I am happy that the separation is happening because I can't attend preschool with my 2-year-old forever. I'll die. It's too hot. On the other hand, I was like, oh, but I really wanted that air conditioning. So anyway, I baked.
No one wants to hear you complain.
Baked.
No one wants to hear you complain about how hot it
baked.
is. Nobody.
Baked.
By nobody, I mean
broiled. I know you don't.
Nobody in this room.
I was uncomfortable in the sun for 3 hours. I've explained before. I feel my whole life. Do you know why I sing the blues? Because no one ever believes me that when you have black hair, your head gets hotter.
Why wouldn't anyone believe that?
Or no one cares enough to acknowledge.
There you go.
No one understands how hard it is to have black hair and be in the sun. Because I think that I have sustained heat stroke and some kind of brain injury.
I believe that.
I wore a tank top. Did I feel good about it? No. But it's so hot that I have resorted to wearing a tank top. Anyway, yes, I braved the elements. It was truly, and let's just talk about this. The plan was you and I, so this period where the parents go to preschool with Owen is supposed to last 2 weeks. You and I were going to alternate.
Yeah.
But then we were going to share the burden. But then yesterday, you announced.
Are you trying to create controversy? Is that what's happening right now? This is ridiculous.
You announced. No, I'm sharing how I feel. You announced that you didn't think you'd be able to take him anymore because it doesn't work with your work schedule, which is fair. But
thank you.
It is really daunting to me. And what's interesting is when I took Elliot 2 years ago, I use the term interesting loosely. When I took Elliot 2 years ago, I took him every single day because you worked in an office at that point. And I don't remember feeling like
you were tougher. That's
what I'm saying. I've become even more like one of your factory pigs in the last 2 years.
You were one of the weakest people I ever knew then. So it's really something. I feel like you've gotten real used to inactivity. So that's part of it. But no, I mean,
but I've been inactive for the entire time you've known me.
You know, it's wild. It's wild. Like what used to appear as inactivity now seems like you're training for the Olympics.
Left and right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is something that you need to investigate in your soul. What's going on with you? But
what are you talking about?
Why this is so overwhelming to you?
From the person
Yeah.
who bailed entirely on this part of this. You're wondering why I find it overwhelming? A.
But I bailed.
B.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
You're just eye rolling the reason why. I'm not doing it. I'm not saying it doesn't work for me because I've got to stand under the heat for 3 hours. It's because I got hit with work. It's like I can't just take half a day off 2-3 days a week. It's just I have, unlike some of us around here, I have a full-time gig. You know what I mean?
I'm just going to go back and read the text. Okay.
Is this what the people want?
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
It's not. It's not what I want.
I mean, he seems to be having fun, but he's been a pill and a half.
Yeah, he was. Am I wrong? Owen's been.
He
on
was
one.
less of a pill today.
He was on.
He had
one
a couple
the last
pill
couple
days.
days.
He's only a pill. So then I said, who cares? Okay, you said he's only a pill in the sense that he decides he wants to do the one thing he's not supposed to do, like wash his hands for 20 minutes. He does love to. He loves that faucet.
Can't tear him away from the faucet, and then other kids need to use it, and he gets upset.
Yeah, it's like wash his hands for 20 minutes or go inside when it's not our turn, but he's fine otherwise. Just a handful for his old dad. Well, I interpreted handful for his old dad as you feel how I feel, which is like what a pain in the ass this whole thing is.
I'm not saying it's not a pain in the ass, but that's not the reason that I'm not. That I said this doesn't work for me. Like I'd do it. It's fine. It's not ideal. But we had a situation yesterday that required my immediate attention and I couldn't do it. And in my
I get it. You're important. You have other responsibilities.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, okay, so there's a movie that we had the opportunity to acquire for distribution.
Are you allowed to talk about this?
I'm not going to say what it is.
Okay.
And the selling agent was basically like, you guys have a couple hours or we're going to go to someone else. And during that couple hours, I needed to help in the process in the way that I do. And I was at a preschool the whole time.
Sitting in the sun in a tiny chair.
But I'm just saying, like, you're trying to paint it like like I'm like you, and I'm not like you. I'm tough. I'm sort of alpha, if we can be honest. And I'm an alpha / sigma. I'm like one of those guys that is.
What's a sigma?
Sigma's like, like one of those guys that's secretly alpha but doesn't care. Like he's like, I'm like
he's so
I'm
alpha.
I'm so alpha. I don't even care about being alpha.
And they call
I'm over here being interesting, and like I put like philosophy books in the back of my car so people know that I read interesting literature and Nietzsche and stuff. Like
that's a real sigma.
But I don't even care. I've also not read any of it.
You're off mic. You're so sigma.
I didn't want to
you're
yell.
Off mic.
This is my mic technique.
Oh. I forgot the quants method for my. Oh my god.
Anyway, so I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. What are we talking about?
You said you're like you're in between alpha and sigma. And I was unfamiliar with the notion of a sigma guy.
Right. Well, I can't if you don't know, honey.
Have you always been sigma?
Honey, I'm bored with this already. Like, let's move on.
Because you're so sigma?
Let's just move on. Come on.
Fine. Would you like to hear a message?
I would love to listen to a message.
Put out a call for messages. Okay. If you would like to call in, we won't answer. That's our promise.
I'm not going to call in. I'm here.
323-553-2331.
Hi, Alison. I saw your post. I just wanted to rant because I have no one else to rant about. I made a poor life decision, and I moved from California to Texas, and now I'm trying to undo that damage. I feel kind of trapped because I'm in a year-long lease for a low-paying job that I moved out here for. But it's okay. I'm making changes, and I'll be back in California smoking weed as soon as possible. Like the show, and I'll listen a lot more now that I called in. Bye.
All right.
Did he give a name?
No, he didn't do the name sandwich.
Well, he didn't even do it up front or at the end.
He's like a keto sandwich. There's no bread. It's just meat. Maybe it's got a lettuce wrapped around it. But anyway, I think that he must not listen to the show that much, because if he did, he would know. In addition to Daniel's stellar mic technique, we like when people say their name at the beginning and then also at the end. So let's just give him a name. Sherman.
Hank Sherman. Okay, Sherman.
Hank Sherman. Hank Sherman. What's your question? Because I have a question too.
Well, I was just curious why he moved and
right.
And
right. Was he following Rogan and Segura, or was this pre-pandemic?
Say what you're going to say, and then I'll go off king.
Well,
I'll go off king.
Well, wouldn't you go off queen?
I'm the king. I go off king.
Apologies, kind sir.
Go on.
Well, I just wanted to point out that he doesn't really have a pot-smoking voice. Doesn't he say? He sounds like, I mean, he said it's a low-paying job.
Well,
but
he's not anymore because he's in Texas.
But he sounds really on the ball, like a Sherman would.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what you're going to say?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm off the ball because I baked in the sun.
I know. You baked all your brain cells away.
Yeah, and then I had a whole feminine disaster on the way home.
All right, I will give you this because I was giving you a hard time earlier.
I forgot that I have to tell you my brilliant innovation idea.
All right, can't wait.
But I'll tell you later.
I will say this. Yesterday, part of it was because of the work thing, but like, I'm giving you a hard time, but this preschool thing is fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
Because you are, I don't know what it is about it. I felt yesterday.
The sun.
For me, it wasn't the sun. Okay. I know you're so hung up on the sun. It's like I was exhausted and I could care less about the heat. The heat does not bother me. So there's something else is what I'm saying. There's something about the process of being with these little kids and Owen being, a
pill. And
I just want to say, like, Elliot had his moments for sure, but the twos the twos have hit Owen so much harder than they hit Elliot. I've been really thinking a lot about that. Like, why? I think his frustration muscles have been built up from having a big brother that's always like denying him things he wants. So he's had to amp up. Like, it's like he's met more resistance. So he's had to build up more force to counter that resistance than Elliot ever had to. So he is just like ferociously two. And it's, hey, listen, I'm not going to give him away, but maybe no, I'm not. Anyway, so I just wanted to just say that it is not easy, and I remember being so exhausted and brain dead by the end of it. So just so people know, Alison is normally brain dead, but she is got an extra reason. Okay,
thank you.
Back to the call. So I've been saying for a while, and I think you've been saying as well, but maybe not as vehemently as I have, that all these people who've been moving to Texas, and there's not that many, there's a few, are all going to regret it. And I'm not even talking about because of the recent, abortion stuff or any of that. Okay, I'm going to ruffle some feathers right now because
oh my God, here we go.
Got some listeners who are either in or from Texas, and I love you. Jackie Johnson's from Texas.
Kevin
We
Porter's
love Jackie.
from Texas.
For the most part, with some very specific.
Aren't you going to say we love Kevin Porter? Because
I forget that he's from Texas. For some reason, I feel like he's from.
I see. It's just that you're not listening to me. That's fine.
I didn't
carry
hear you.
on. I know.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Except for some small exceptions, Texas is a fucking shithole. It is. First of all, if anyone who's driven the 10 through Texas, it is absolutely a wasteland that smells like cow shit. If you get off the plane in Amarillo, you are hit with a wall of just cow shit smell. And by the way, Amarillo, give me like the thing is like everyone goes, oh, Austin. Yeah. Austin is like this little dot in the middle of Amarillo by and large, or worse. And you got Dallas, but Dallas is like Phoenix. San Antonio's got some cute little stuff in it, but it is, and then Houston's its own thing. I would just say, like, I know I'm exaggerating. Look, if you're from Texas and you love it, God bless, whatever. But like, I think there's this idea that because they don't have income tax or something, like it's some sort of like wonder, and they're proud. Everyone's really proud who's from Texas, so it must be great. It ain't. It ain't great, but feel free to move there if that's your thing. I have friends who've moved there. Go for it.
Are they happy?
No. One is, but he grew up in Austin. But if it's like,
who are these friends?
Why would anyone choose Texas over California? I'm sorry, I'm not being a snob. I'm not from California. I moved here because I wanted to live here. It's just crazy to me. But I guess if you want to keep your, income tax, but your sales tax is higher. I don't know. I don't get it. Sorry, don't get mad at me. I guess I just messed with Texas.
I was going to say, I heard you're not supposed to mess with Texas.
You know what that was, by the way? That was like a don't litter campaign.
Oh, really? No, really?
Yeah, it was like, and then it just became a thing.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, I'm sure there's stuff that I don't know about in Texas. God knows what it is. But I'm sure there's a thing in Texas that I don't know about that's like, oh, if I knew about it. But like the Mexican food's not that great. Sorry. It's better in fucking Arizona. New Mexico is better than Texas.
I want to go to Santa Fe.
Louisiana is better than Texas. Like Arkansas is better than Texas. Like literally every single thing. The only thing that's not better than Texas is Oklahoma.
Wow.
Did we just lose all of our listeners?
No.
I love all of you. And I love you if you're from Texas.
So you missed the Thursday show.
But I'm not a fan.
the last week's Thursday show, it was Ken Reed and Robin Shore. And once again, I brought up my newfound obsession with Rhode Island. And then we were talking about New England, and, you know, Ken lives in New England. And we should make a clip of it or something. He just went through and just gave his like unvarnished opinion of every New England state and city. And
Oh,
it
I
was
gotta
like,
listen.
yeah.
I love that.
Connecticut was like, it's just a shithole you drive through on your way to New York. And I'm like, why? And he's like, there's no city there. It's just 4 Worcesters or something.
I wouldn't
There's
call
no
it a
big city.
shithole. I mean, if he's talking about the cities, like New...
I forget. Someone tweeted it at us. It was very funny though.
Yeah.
It was funny. It just was.
Well, Newport. What is it? Not Newport. Why am I blanking on Hartford?
Mm-hmm.
Hartford's
The
a
name
city.
of Stassi's child. He was saying there's no big cities.
Hartford's a big city-ish. It's pretty-
Listen, Daniel, I didn't bring it up so that you could.
It's not like Boston.
I'm just telling you what it was funny. I don't know. I forget what he said.
Well, I'm gonna make it unfunny. So hear me out.
Well, usually that's
No, I love it when people shit on other people's places, because to me, I'm from Tucson, and I have never heard anybody be like, who's from Tucson, be like, talk Tucson pride. You know what I mean? But every motherfucker from Boston won't shut the fuck up about Boston. Like, I don't know why they can't. To paraphrase Bo Burnham, can anyone from Boston shut up for even 1 minute, 1 second about Boston ever?
Speaking of Bo Burnham, I was listening to that album Inside nonstop. So his special Inside, Daniel and I both loved it. And then I started listening to the songs, and I realized I love it as an album almost more than as a special. And then I was listening to it like nonstop, and then I stopped and I thought, I guess I just got it out of my system. And then I started again. I've gone through this phase numerous times. I also went through a phase where I was listening to Heart, and you said I was in a heart hole.
Mm-hmm.
But I pretty much now I'm back to listening to Bo Burnham, and you know how I like to listen to it best? With my Raycon wireless earbuds.
No kidding.
There's so much going on in the world, whether it's stuff you're excited about or stuff you'd rather not think about. You can't always control the vibes out there, but you can always control the vibes in your head with a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ear. My Raycon wireless earbuds make it easy for me to tune out all the negativity, Daniel, that's around me, and chill out. I'm confident they'll do the same for you, no matter why you use them, whether you use them to pump up, wind down, work, or work out, or just listen to Heart, or just listen to Bo Burnham. Or honestly, sometimes I listen to Backyardigans. Raycons are my go-to for on-the-go audio, and the new everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever with an improved rubber oil look and feel. They're so stylish and smooth looking, and optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit. That's something you don't necessarily get with some of those other brands out there. I love that you can get that, you can make them fit just right. These are impressive. Before you even start listening, you get 3 new sound profiles to make sure everything you're listening to sounds its best with just the right amount of bass. There's pure mode, balanced mode, and bass mode. And then there's also an all-new awareness mode for when you need to listen to your surroundings instead. Daniel, you need that.
Yeah. Sorry. What? I love the ad reads.
Oh my God. This is me talking about something I care about.
I know.
I'm talking about headphones, earbuds.
You're passionate about earbuds.
Listen, there's an awareness mode on them for when you need to listen to your surroundings instead.
Oh, I love that feature.
Oh my God. Raycons start at just half the price of other premium audio brands. They come with a 45-day happiness guarantee. Right now, Alison Rosen's Your New Best Friend listeners can get 15% off their Raycon order at buyraycon.com/bestfriend. That's buyraycon.com/bestfriend to save 15% on Raycons. buyraycon.com/bestfriend. I also want to tell you guys about BetterHelp. This podcast.
So I'm going to need.
You need it right now, honey. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Is there something or someone interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals, Daniel? I know, and it's confusing.
She's sitting across the table from me.
He's sitting across the table from me.
Wait, what?
Burn!
Burn!
Shit.
How'd you turn that around on me?
Look, we both need this. BetterHelp will help assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. Are you frustrated with some aspect of your life, Daniel?
No.
I wasn't asking you.
Are you talking to another Daniel?
Anyway, you guys know I'm a huge proponent of therapy. It's helped me immensely in my own life. Traditional therapists are very backed up right now. They have huge wait lists. Enter BetterHelp, where you, like I said, can start communicating with your therapist in under 48 hours.
They are all regular. They are not backed up, these therapists.
Do you guys see what I have to deal with?
I'm trying to help.
So they match you with a therapist. Let's say you start and you feel like that therapist, you know what, wasn't the right fit. You can change as many times as you want, no extra charge. They will get you to the right person. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit betterhelp.com/bestfriend. That's better, HELP, and join the over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states. Special offer for Alison Rosen's Your New Best Friend listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/bestfriend. That's betterhelp.com/bestfriend. Okay. I say we listen to another message. What say you?
Hi, my name's Amanda, and I'm doing okay. I'm moving to Canada, which is exciting. My husband is Canadian, so it's relatively simple. And everything's changing, and it's kind of stressful and scary, but exciting. And they're already there. They flew out a few weeks ago, so I got less stressed once I knew they were safe and made it okay. But I'm handling some stuff back home before I join them, and kind of worried, but happy. I don't think I sound happy. That's not okay. Anyway, love the show. Okay, bye.
I mean, if you really love the show, you would have said your name's Amanda at the end. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it slide because she's got a lot on her plate.
Okay.
This is pretty exciting. I think it's pretty exciting.
To move to Canada?
Yeah.
I would love to move to Canada.
I'm curious which part of Canada she's moving
Although
to.
I saw the IPCC
What's that?
is it IP? The international climate the UN's climate
Got
board
it. Are you about
released-
to crap on her dreams?
Well, why don't you let me finish?
Because okay, go for it. What could go wrong?
They put together a website where you can look at the different projections for global warming and by region, and weirdly, they're projecting that like Vancouver and that area, it's the only part of Canada I looked at, is going to get hotter, and the Arctic is going to get hotter than we are right now here in California. It's going to get hotter than California will be. So California is going to get hotter.
How soon is
Everyone's
that
going to get
happening?
hotter. But they're going to get even hotter, which is really unexpected.
That's really weird. How soon is that happening?
Like next year.
No, really.
It's a projection for the next 20 years or something.
Okay. Well, she's gearing up to move to Canada. So I just didn't want you to say something but you're definitely not going to want to live in Canada, which is essentially what you're saying.
No, I'd still love to live in Canada. That's not a hit on Canada. Yeah. It's just, you would think that moving north would mean
you would, right?
It would be more temperate, but that's not necessarily the case.
I think this is exciting. Amanda, I'm wondering where you're going to be moving. But it seems that we're not going to know. So wherever it is, I hope it's one of the best places. Also, her husband is there already. She said they, and I'm wondering, is that the pronoun that her husband uses, or are
their children?
Yeah, are their children? But she didn't. But either way, I'm glad that they're there and all safe. And you know what? Moves are huge, huge upheavals. Even though they can be really exciting and really good. Like I met Daniel shortly after I moved back to California, but sometimes good things happen. Still got it.
Good stuff.
Burn. Again, I lost a number of IQ points sitting in the sun, so I don't have much pep in my brain step right now. But what I'm trying to say is, Amanda, this is what
you're doling out wisdom, little nuggets of wisdom, like moves are huge upheavals. Can you even like sit with that thought for a second?
I think what I'm trying to say is they're actually quite traumatic. Every move I've done, I found the process to be sort of traumatic because it felt like I'm being I'm ripping myself. When I moved to New York, I don't know if you know that I lived there for a number of years. I don't talk about it very often, but when I left Orange County, I felt like I have a whole social life, friends, roots, a whole bunch of shit here, and I'm just like ripping myself. I wish someone could do a Velcro. Tony, can you put in like a Velcro ripping sound or that new needle scratch sound if you have to, that sounds like someone undoing or pulling up their zipper? I feel like I'm like ripping myself out of my life to move across country. And as much as I chose it, it was traumatic. And then when I came back, it kind of the same thing. So I just think all moves have an element of trauma in them. And I imagine when Amanda hears that, she's like, Alison gets it in a way that no one else does. Don't you think she might be thinking that?
She might. Or she might not.
What would the alternative be?
Well, that's not my experience of moves, but I get it. Like for immune compromised factory pigs, it can be very traumatic to move from one farm to the other. But, to me, moves are traumatic only in the sense that they're a huge pain in the ass. Like that part, I agree. Like it is. When we moved into this house, it was just,
but she's moving to Canada. That's different than us moving from Hancock Park to Burbank.
I think that you're a person who doesn't like change, and so that's why it's traumatic for you.
It's so much standing.
But for me, I've always found moves to be exciting. You know, there are times of transition in your life, and those are always times when, things can you can evolve as a human being, and that's very. I like that.
Well, yeah, that's why I mentioned that I met you shortly after I had moved here. I think that it's all kind of part and parcel.
Yeah, but you describe it as traumatic.
Well, but everything you're saying, yes, and also there's an element of trauma. It's stressful. Stressful, maybe is what I mean to say.
Yeah, but trauma, I don't. I'm not saying it's not for you. I'm saying I don't relate to that.
I guess I just mean it's a huge stressor.
Well, yeah, it's stressful.
But also exciting. I agree with you. I don't know why you're trying to start a fight.
You use the word trauma.
But, honey, the moves that you've made have all been related to other transitions happening in your life, right? Like you moved to California for college and then you moved back after college. Or no, I guess that wasn't your timeline, really.
Yeah, I don't know what you're getting at.
Well, I'm talking more. I mean, all those moves.
Did you move because you were on the lam?
Yes.
Had you just accidentally murdered someone in a club and were trying to get out of town?
Yeah, I took a box of peroxide in a brown paper bag and I went into a gas station bathroom. I cut my hair with a switchblade and dyed it white. I came out.
Oh, well, then I get it.
Yeah.
I get why it was
traumatic because I had feelings about my long, luscious dark hair.
Honey.
But you know what? I was so much cooler in the sun. What? Yes?
Have you ever killed a man?
Not on purpose.
Tell me more.
Also not by accident.
Oh.
No, I haven't. Have you?
But can we really know that we haven't? You know what I mean? Like something we did may have caused the death of somebody and we don't know about it.
Like a butterfly effect situation?
Maybe you stopped short and moved on and then some car like swerved and then a car ran off the road or that kind of thing.
Well, don't you think I would have heard that or seen it in my rear view or something? Or do you mean like I was gone already?
I don't know, honey. I'm just
riffing.
I'm just trying to propose a thought.
Well, I reject it.
I know.
I've rejected the thought. That
all right, forget it. Jesus.
Oh, what's this?
Hey, Alison. How's it going? It's Tony Thaxton. I was just calling to check in. I'm out on the road touring with my band, Motion City Soundtrack. It's a lot of, we go to the gig and you sound check, which is when you sort of like test the volume of the instruments. And then you go back to the hotel for a while, and then you go back to the concert place and you play the concert, which is great. And then you go back to the hotel and you sleep or watch a movie or whatever. It's great. Playing music is fun and I like it. So I just wanted to check in from the road and say hi, and I'll be home soon, and we can get back to podcasting. So say hi to Daniel and everyone else for me, and we'll talk soon.
He sounds so much like Greg Heller. It's weird.
Yeah,
right?
I never noticed that before.
You'd think we would have noticed that Tony. And also, what's weird is it says the call is from Greg Heller.
Oh,
on Google Voice.
How did Tony manage to do that? I wonder.
I don't know. That's so curious.
Weird to go through the trouble of making your voice sound like Greg, disguise your phone, but then not pretend to be Greg.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess Tony, as a prankster, Tony has a lot to learn. Well,
we miss Tony already.
We do.
He's out there playing a gig.
I know.
He took a picture of his drum kit, and the comments were like, "Oh man, look at that kit. Oh yeah, that's the this kit or the that kit." And it's like, I look at it and it's just like every other drum kit to me. Like, what are you seeing that I don't? I stared at it for like a minute. I'm like, what are they seeing? But that's because I don't play the drums.
That is that.
Anyway,
Daniel, how much do you love our Ring alarm?
Love it.
Protect your home with Ring Alarm. For a special offer, go to ring.com/bestfriend. It's the perfect way to start your Ring experience. We have a Ring doorbell. I feel like everyone has a Ring doorbell at this point.
Yeah, everybody.
Everyone. It's interesting how it just became like
it's the
ubiquitous.
Best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
I can't imagine life without it. And your Ring alarm will become, it works with it. Although you don't need to have both. Your Ring alarm will become something you can't imagine life without either. So when we first moved into this house, Daniel wanted to get an alarm system. I didn't feel the urgency that he felt, but I understand it. And so we shopped around for different alarm systems, and there was something that I didn't like about each one. I didn't want to deal with like having to have someone come out to the house, and it's just, I don't know. You can find negative reviews of a lot of them. And then I asked the guy who straightens my hair, who is very up on technology and up on research, and he's just a good consumer. Anything you need to buy, ask him. Or ask me to ask him for you. But anyway, I asked him if he had an alarm, and he said he had the Ring alarm. And that was like a needle scratch moment because I didn't know they made an alarm. It's like, oh yeah, I just got it. And I set it up myself. And then I was sold. And then we got one. And Daniel, how easy was the setup?
Oh, it's simple. It's like you just plug it in and you get the app and you're basically there.
Even for someone like me who can't do anything?
I don't know if you could do it, but I think literally anyone else could do it.
Even our kids?
Yeah. Oh, easily they could do it. Are you kidding?
Yeah. No, I could do it. But why when Daniel does stuff like this? And it really is. It sets up so easily. You don't even know.
Yeah.
So you got protection, peace of mind. The Ring alarm is powerful, affordable. You can install it yourself. Works seamlessly with other Ring products to protect every corner of your home inside and out. Protect your home anytime from anywhere with the Ring alarm. Go to ring.com/bestfriend for a special offer on a Ring alarm security kit today. You can build the system that's right for your home and have it up and running in minutes. That's ring.com/bestfriend. That's ring.com/bestfriend. Daniel.
Yes.
Would you like to hear my genius idea?
Sure.
Okay. Now, we're going to have to take a little detour through menstrual ladyland.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. I know recently on our Patreon bonus show, The Friend Zone, where we answer people's questions, someone asked me about my experience with endometriosis, and I put off answering it a little bit because I knew it was just going to be a long story with a lot of medical detail. And then I finally did do it. And Daniel, I want to say tuned out for roughly 52 minutes.
However long it was how long I tuned out.
Yeah.
So.
The feedback, though.
I'm not
solid.
saying that's no indictment on the content. It's just I don't like hearing about it.
Some people like it. They wanted to know about it.
I don't like medical stuff, though. It's nothing about.
Yeah.
So.
Have you ever watched Grey's Anatomy?
No. Fuck that. I won't watch any of those shows. House, none of that. ER, never. I don't watch any of it.
Interesting.
Don't want to. Don't like it. Not for me.
Because it's boring or gross or
No, I just don't
out.
like medical stuff.
How do you stand my family then? It's all they talk about.
Why do you think I take huge naps? No. Your family makes it delightful.
Really?
They listen, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. Totally delightful.
Anyway, okay, so if you wear tampons, if you are a tampon wearer, or rather, I'll make it personal. For me, are you tuning out?
No, I thought
Stay
it was
present.
I thought it got dark, like it was going to rain. Go ahead.
Stay right here, right here. You're closing your eyes.
Oh, please, just move through this part. God, I don't want to hear it.
It's hard to know. You can put a tampon in and you don't know when you're going to need to change the next one because oh my God, Daniel. Daniel is like fetal position rocking back.
I have nothing to contribute. Go ahead.
You're grimacing, holding your head and closing your eyes.
Just tell them about your tampons.
Well, look, I don't know when it's full. I don't, I can put one in and sometimes I pull it out and it's like, oh, I had a very light flow for this last hour and a half. Or it's like what happened today where it was a crime scene in my underwear. I know, wear a cup, but I don't think that's going to work for me. So anyway, I was thinking, I wish I had an app that was somehow my tampon was sending it information so I could look at it and I could see how full my tampon was. And I'm imagining all sorts of great graphics. And then I'm like, well, for that to be the case, though, that's truly wearable and disposable tech. But I feel like, isn't that a thing? Wearable and disposable tech? I don't know. Yeah. So yes, there would have to be some kind of transmitter in the tampon that goes up your hoo-ha. And it relays the info to the phone. It would save so many underpants. The end. And this is how we make $1 bazillion.
I'm sure someone's working on it.
Well, and now they are, because I just gave it away. For people who are very regular, it's not an issue. But for people like me who just...
I feel like the solution would be you'd have a sensor in the underwear that, and then there's some sort of strip or some sort of something that would then send so that you're not putting electronics in the tampon. You know what I mean? So that there's some sort of...
Why are you not putting electronics in the tampon? because then you're flushing the electronics.
I just don't know that people would want to put.
They're taking the vaccine.
Are they?
Actually, not really. I'm joking. They are, but not enough of them. That was a joke, by the way. I hear what you're saying. Maybe yours would work. Why don't we take them both to Shark Tank?
Let's call Elizabeth. What's her name? She's looking for a new project. Yeah, she's looking for a new project.
Of Theranos?
She's on trial right now.
You know, my real life friend, Mary Lynn Rice Cub, is in the new show about that. And I didn't know if I could say it, but it's been like announced and stuff. Also, did you know my real life friend, Mary Lynn Rice Cub, is going to come on the Thursday show in a couple weeks? Yeah, we got. Can we share the good guests coming up? I think we should.
Okay.
Paul Rust and Michael Cassidy.
Love those guys.
Mary Lynn Rice Cub.
Love her.
And Dave. Sarah Schaefer and Dave.
Huntsberger.
Yes.
Yes.
We got 2 weeks of Huntsberger.
And Sarah Schaefer?
Yeah.
She's awesome. These are great guests. 2
weeks of Honey Huntsberger because you, Sarah, and Dave all make crafty stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
So I thought that, that'll be fun.
I love Sarah and her craftiness and Dave and his craftiness. So this will be fun. Dave has he has a whole garage.
Secret warehouse or
and
something.
It's got all these fun, he made his own silk screening thing and he's got, I don't know.
You also love Sarah. I think you might leave me for Sarah Schaefer.
I mean, is she interested?
I think she's married as well.
So,
but when she made her miniature...
She made a miniature comedy club.
And
what's not to love?
She has miniature shows in it.
Does she really?
Yeah. So there's this comedian, Danielle Perez, who's in a wheelchair. And Sarah posted today that she spent weeks making a tiny little wheelchair for Danielle. But it must be for tiny Danielle.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So she does little shows from this place. So anyway, when she was initially making this tiny comedy club with it, so it's a really good idea. You said that a lot of people were tagging you or sending her stuff to you because you were also working on a miniature thing at that point. And then you also enjoy her podcast.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
But any gals out there that want to marry me, hit me up.
Yeah.
I need a landing pad.
For what?
For when I fucking pull the escape hatch on this fucking crashing plane.
Want to listen to a call?
Yeah.
All right. Wait, did we already do that one? We did. Okay. Here we go.
Hi, Alison. First-time caller, long-time listener. I'm calling to tell you, my gosh, thank you so much for all your and Daniel's talk about Below Deck. Also, you kind of got me hooked on the Vanderpump Rules a while back. I hate admitting it. It's just baseless garbage TV that just keeps you hooked for some reason.
Is that it?
Okay, this is so weird because the transcription has a lot more words. So why did the sound go out? Let's try this again.
Well, I'm not sure what happened there, but what I was going to tell you is that I've been watching Below Deck since you mentioned it, I don't know, last year sometime. And I've had a couple of nights where I've looked down at the time and it is well past 3 a.m. And I'm currently on just finished season 5 into season 6 last night. I cannot get enough of this shit. What is wrong with me? Anyhow, hope you're well. Goodbye.
I mean, did we even get a name? No, but I appreciate her appreciation of our TV recommendations.
She wanted to get to it.
Yeah.
I get it. Those are great shows. I'm a little then upcoming season of Vanderpump. They dropped a trailer for it, and they booted a few of the old cast members off the show.
So who? Jax,
Stassi,
Brittany, obviously.
Kristen.
Oh, really?
And
Lala or no?
No, so it's
right.
So it'll be like Ariana and Tom. There's so many people who don't care about this right
Katie
now.
and Tom.
Katie and Tom. But here's the deal. Jax said to Lisa at the end of last season, "This is my show."
Yeah.
And
it was kind of insane because it's Lisa's show.
It's literally her show. But as much as Jax is insufferable and clearly a sociopath and et cetera, I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be that good without him. I think he might be right. Like
Kaishana.
I mean, I'll watch some of it, but I'm not really that excited.
Right. I get what you're saying.
For reality shows, I want to put Below Deck to the side because Below Deck's interesting for another reason. But for reality shows to be good, you need someone who's mentally ill.
Preferably more than one person.
You need someone who's maybe mentally ill is not the right. You need someone who's a narcissist. You need someone who's just like a full-on sociopath.
Who acts in ways where it's like, oh my God, I can't, who has no impulse control. Like that's kind of what the Real Housewives, they're almost all like that.
Right.
Like someone who acts in the way that people wish they had the balls to act.
No, I'm not sure about wish, but I think a lot of the what is interesting and fun about those shows is watching people sort of behave badly towards each other and then getting that feeling of outrage. Not because I want to act like that, but because it's entertaining to watch it. Below Deck, though, I don't know. I haven't thought too deeply about why that show's good. I think it's
there's conflict on that show as well, but it's also, I think, getting to be let inside a world that we know nothing about.
Yeah, and it's also
luxury
the dynamic,
chartered yacht.
It's the
world.
Dynamic of the like ultra rich. And I put that in quotes because I think a lot of the people that go on the yachts in that show are sort of like wouldn't normally be able to go on a yacht.
Mm-hmm.
But watching the ultra rich, it's like that upstairs down. It's that
they pay for the.
It's
charter.
Upstairs downstairs.
Yeah.
It's what
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey. And that's always a good thing, but I don't know. Everyone should watch that, I guess, or not, whatever.
Below Deck?
Yeah.
Yes. But we've totally fallen off. Are we going to get back under the deck?
Definitely.
Yeah. It's always there waiting for us. I've been enjoying Ted Lasso quite a bit. Apparently there's some kind of backlash against the second season. Not for this podcaster.
I don't think that's true. I think there's been a couple of people who've written stuff after the first few episodes who are like, oh, the problem with this show is et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, let the season play out. Like this thing where people judge a season halfway through the season is stupid. You don't know where it's going. You don't know what it's setting up. You have no idea. So just cool your jets.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying that. Oh my God, I love Only Murders in the Building.
Mm-hmm. That's
on
good.
Hulu. Really like that. We started Impeached last night. It took me a long time to realize that Sarah Paulson is playing Linda Tripp.
She's great.
It took me a long time to realize that was Sarah Paulson. She's so good. I'm entertained by it, or rather, I'm interested in it. I haven't. I don't know how I think.
It's
think
fine.
about it yet.
I personally don't care about that whole thing, like the whole Clinton drama. It's like gives a shit, but it's fine.
I think it's pretty well done.
I'm becoming this guy right now. Ugh. What happened?
What happened to turn you into that guy, or that's your answer to the question of what happened?
Like, there's nothing I care about on TV or anything right now.
Not even Only Murders in the Building.
It's good.
I'm less interested in solving the murder than just like hanging out with Martin Short.
I can't get over how bad Selena Gomez. I don't mean to be negative, because I love so many other things about it, but she's so distractingly bad. Yeah. And nobody is talking about how bad an actress she is. Just a charisma vacuum. I've never seen her in anything, but like, why is she famous? I don't get it. Why is she such a big star? She has nothing going for her.
Wow.
But it's like, this is a show with Steve Martin, Martin Short, blah, 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 whatever. You could get anyone.
They must like her.
I can't imagine that that's the case. Like, somehow this got packaged and she got packaged in it. That has to be the only explanation. Because, like, I could think of so many other actresses that you could put in there that would be better.
Who?
I can't think of any. But I'm sure there are a lot.
Oh my God, Daniel. I was about to go, I think we've done it, which is I don't know if you've ever listened to Childish, my other podcast that I do with Greg Fitzsimmons.
I try not to listen to your stuff.
Thank you for the support. We have this running joke that we've done it again, and they think that we won't be able to do it. They didn't think we could. And it's like, I don't know why they keep thinking that when clearly week in, week out, no matter what, for years now, we always manage to do it.
Our version of that should be, oh, well, I guess we didn't do it. They thought we could. But we didn't. Once again, we failed to do it.
Let's do that. Okay. Well, Daniel, it's that time. I don't think we did it.
We certainly didn't. They thought we could. But I feel like we just fell short once again.
They always believe in us. They always think we're going to do it. And yet we hardly ever do.
I appreciate your confidence and support.
Yeah.
And I apologize once again for not doing it.
You'd think they would get the hint.
Yeah.
Since every week is somewhat of it ranges from a little bit disappointing to like devastatingly disappointing. You'd think that eventually they would stop thinking we're going to do it. And yet week in, week out, they think we're going to do it.
And really, as a surprise to myself, I get worse every time.
I know.
I think I'm going to do better. Yeah. But I just really don't.
And with me, because I've been podcasting for a long time, but each time I do another podcast, it sounds as if I'm newer and newer to it. And I don't mean that as like I'm fresh and have energy. Yeah. I just mean I sound more and more discombobulated and amateurish.
Right. Like most people, when they get reps, they get better at a thing.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I am coming up on mile 100 of a super marathon.
Yeah.
After 5 minutes.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Like I'm exhausted.
Yes. And our chemistry gets worse and worse, too.
Why are we married? No one can figure it out. But yet here we are.
And they clearly invested a ton of time, money, and podcast episodes on IVF, and then all they do is complain about their kids.
Who wants to hear that?
Anyway, yeah, we're atrocious. We've taken for granted our listeners' goodwill.
I mean, I can't.
I've lost the joke.
It stopped becoming a joke about 5 minutes ago. Look, honey, we probably shouldn't have recorded tonight, but we did it anyway, and we're giving it to all of you.
You know why?
Why?
Because this was the only day we could because of this
our
ridiculous
been a
new
crunch.
Schedule.
Yeah, we have a bit of a crunch with our
and we don't have
right
childcare this weekend, and I'm already
no one cares. Here's the thing that
we talk about maybe trying, like when Owen goes down for a nap and Elliot could watch TV or something, be a latchkey kid, and we could come out to the studio, but we can't actually do that. We've never actually been able to successfully do that. Or he could come in here, and that wouldn't work either.
No, and also no one gives a shit.
Some people do.
I believe they care about your problems.
Your problems are my problems, honey.
No.
They become
your
them.
Problems are my problems.
That's true too.
Everybody out there's got problems. They don't want to hear me bitch about stupid bullshit.
What are you bitching about?
I don't know.
Texas?
Rewind.
I think Texas maybe. Anyway,
I'm sorry to everybody from Texas. Again, not enough of you, but many of you are lovely people. But hopefully enough of you soon.
I was a guest on this show called Depression Mode, hosted by John Moe, who had a podcast called The Hilarious World of Depression. I believe he has a book by the same name people might know about. But anyway, it was I'm going to have him on this show. He's great. But I was talking about, and he, directed me in this, and kind of brought up that we were talking about body image and eating disorders and things like that. And I was saying how distorted my thinking is around the scale, and that I spent, years of, like, it's changed, but I spent years of my life really, if the number is up, then I feel in this like very negative. And then if it's, it's very binary. But I was thinking, I'm afraid that someone might hear the negative self-talk. Basically what I said is, like, if the number's up, then, like, I'm bad, and and I kind of went into that a little bit. And I'm afraid someone's going to hear that and think that that's what someone who struggles with their weight is going to hear that, or their body image, and think that that's what I think of other people who who are carrying weight. And that is, it only is about how I talk to myself. But I've been thinking about that today. I've been thinking, I don't want someone to think that I am judging them. Like, I don't want someone else. I want someone to be comforted by the honesty of my crazy thoughts, not hurt by what they are reading in those thoughts. Does that make sense?
Sorry, what?
Are you kidding me?
No, I was listening.
I might.
I can understand. No, I can understand the concern.
I might reach out to him and ask, because he does a little thing at the top, and ask if he could mention at the top that I'm concerned that people might hear it a certain way.
Yeah. I'd have to hear how you said it to know if it comes off like that.
I mean, really leaning into the self-recrimination, the extreme self-recrimination. It's really just between me and myself. But I could imagine someone thinking that I must turn those thoughts outward too, but I don't.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, I have compassion for other people. It's just myself that I struggle with having that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm glad we ended on an up note. You guys, I'm joking. You guys, thank you so much for listening. You are the best. Are you laughing that I had to clarify that I'm joking? It's not an up note.
Yeah.
I'm aware. You are the best. Sign up for our Patreon, patreon.com/Alison Rosen. Bonus episodes of The Friend Zone. Zoom parties. I'm overdue in having a Zoom party. So if you sign up now, get in on that Zoom party action. You get access to so many previous Patreon bonus episodes. You'll never, ever leave your house again because you'll just be listening to them with great guests too. There's a level where you can text me and I'll text you back. Access to the backstory where I talk in depth about the experience of the Monday podcasts, one-on-ones. And if you sign up for a year, you get 2 months free. So 12 months for the price of 10. You can't afford not to. Also, if you're shopping on Amazon, I'm an Amazon influencer. I have all these lists put together so you can shop my podcast gear, my makeup, homewares, kid stuff, Daniel stuff, food, etc. Amazon.com/shop/Alison Rosen. Amazon.com/shop/Alison Rosen. Follow me on social media at Alison Rosen on Twitter and Instagram. If you like what you're hearing, please leave us a nice comment on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you're subscribed or following or whatever so you get the episodes automatically. Hey, DQ, what about you?
What about me? What?
Plug your things.
Well, you can visit me online at twitter.com/Daniel Quantz, QUANTZ. And also Instagram in the same handle. So there you go.
Thank you for joining us, Daniel. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Bye.
know about the Alison Rosen Show. We had a good time, but now we gotta go. Yeah, Alison Rosen is your new best friend.